We're live.
Happy Monday, Ryan. How are you, buddy?
Yes, I'm doing great.
So the sun's out again. The weather affected our Badger State polls a little bit. I know that you were up in... You got your big first announcing gig, didn't you?
I know, it was a big weekend.
You did. Chris Clark did a good job. So
I was like double duty.
Like role reversal.
Yeah, we did. It was
I like
pretty much role
I like
reversal.
that. You did good. So everybody, welcome to Let's Go Polling Monday, June 5th, 2017. My name's Jason Schultz.
I'm Ryan Zolik.
Chris Clark's going to be joining us later. We got the beautiful Misty Lustik's going to come on in a few minutes. Kind of recap Benson, North Carolina. That's the that's the Galat Motorsports Park poll out there. What do we got? We're going to call Doug Borth as well. Talk showdown in Kurdtown.
Big week for them up
there.
Yeah,
we were looking at the forecast a little bit before we got on. I want to definitely thank our sponsors, Hawthorne Tire. They've been posting a lot of those 20.8 new Polar tires on there and stuff like that, Ryan. So that's been good to see. All that going on. Also thank Joe Bush Ag Repair. They've been a big sponsor of Let's Grow Pulling, as well as Country Smokehouse. They're the official snack, stick, and jerky of the Beer Money Pulling team, as well as Fair Valley Performance. And then we have some events that have stepped up as well. The Badger State Tractor Pullers, they sponsored us. The ITPA, they got some upcoming polls. Their season kicks off this weekend, Ryan. Friday, June 9th, St. Peters, Missouri.
Big 50th anniversary season.
Yeah, 50 years of polling. That's awesome. I mean, that's how long polling's been around. You're in your 20s. I'm in my early 40s. It's just been kind of crazy like that. You want to get my mic better?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Is it still set up from Burkholtz last weekend, Mr. Light Pro Stud?
Well, I was sitting there, and so...
Yeah, we got to get... You wanted me to get taller chairs or something, right? So you see the top of your head. So let us know where you're watching from tonight. Matt Ingham, how are you, buddy? He was up in Thorpe last weekend, right? Him and Thorpe. So, sounds
they
good.
tried doing a road show, but unfortunately the cell signal wasn't...
okay.
So they were kind of in a dead...
But I'm happy. I got him a new banner. It says guaranteed rate on there.
Yes,
so
they were happy
I'm all licensed and everything now. So I can talk about doing home loans for everybody, all 50 states, all the time now. So I'm tickled pink. But anyway, we're talking about ITPA, Illinois Tractor Pulling Association. Again, their 50th year of polling. Kicks off their weekend Friday, June 9th, American Legion Old Town Picnic, St. Peters, Missouri. Let us know if you're going to St. Peters, Missouri, everybody. And share, I always encourage all the pollers. We talk about this on your social media. I know not everybody uses Facebook, but Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you're using, post where you're going, post what time it starts, post the location, maybe give some directions if you can. That'd be really, really good. And yes, Ryan did an awesome job announcing at Ettrick. I already talked to Greg Elsing about that, about Ryan being that fourth announcer for the Badger State Tractor Pullers in the future. Stacy Butson's pulling the mini rod pullers more. John Stranley's got his mini rod. Chris, can't do all of them. It was really good to hear you, Ryan. And then Friday, June 16th, Cerro Gordo, Illinois for them. So they really get rocking, but good. Head over to...
Really, it's nonstop for them, pretty much.
Yeah, they have like 60-some total events. But ITPApolling.com. ISP, which is the Illini State Pullers, they get going, I think, around the June 22nd mark or 23rd, something like that. We'll share that schedule.
That weekend of Tomos, I believe. We'll get their schedule up a little bit later on and talk about future events. We got a new rundown for people to see what's coming up. So that
was one of the ideas we had there. So again, we talked about Mary's in the house.
Yes.
Brian's in the house. Matt
they've had a couple big weekends for USA Pullers, and she's been doing some live videos too, right?
Yeah.
Well, so.
With the USA Pullers and different things like that. If anybody's listening and they want to be a live contributor for the page, if you're worried about the Beer Money Pulling team making money off your pictures or video, it does not happen. So we don't even have Google ads anymore or nothing. We're just doing it for the love of pulling, and the sponsors that we do have helped us out and given Ryan a little bit of gas money. Nothing to pay for everything. Brandon and Ryan Rusink as well, our buddy out in Iowa. So and also talked about Gordyville. They're a big sponsor of Let's Grow Pulling. We always got to mention them.
Yeah, kind of my boss.
It's never too early to start talking about Gordyville.
No, they've already had big announcements already.
Yeah, it's all pretty awesome.
A new format for 2018, and
they're always taking it to the next level, and that makes me very, very happy. There's a picture there of the front of the Country Smokehouse buildings there. Yes. Stephanie Doss has helped us out with that. And again, Ellsworth, Wisconsin, showdown in Kurdtown coming up. And he always picks on me because he calls me a PPL homer. And he's like, well, if you're not a PPL homer, you'll bring your tractor up there this weekend. Well, the Remedy's not going anywhere this weekend, so we're not back together yet. We're hoping to, I don't know, Brent's in charge of all that. He's hoping to have it, for sure, June 23rd, 24th, Rumble by the River. If you're in that Mound City, Missouri area within a couple hours, that's the biggest pull around there. All year round. And Chris Weigel and the team down there do an awesome job. And I get to announce that again this year. And then Brent will be driving the Remedy, our tractor, the Beer Money Pulling Team tractor, at all the Silver Series pulls. We'll be hitting some Badger State as well. But just excited to kind of get out. I was home working. My son had a soccer game on Saturday, and that's why I didn't go up to Ettrick, and the tractor wasn't done for us. But I watched some of the live video. And I think the Badger State Facebook page picked up like 170,000 new reach in one day from the videos. Because what we do is we share them to the Beer Money Pulling team, and that's what I want people to know is send us your pictures, send us your video. We'll share from your page, and that's going to help your page grow. And that's how all this works. So that's what we got to do.
Yeah, between I think because I did live video. I was at Oliva, Wisconsin.
Yes,
that was
Friday
night.
night.
Friday night for
you
Tri-State.
did the Super Pro class.
And
I was able to watch that.
Yeah,
Who won the Super Pro class Friday night up there for Tri-State?
Gansmere.
He did.
So,
okay.
Yep, he laid down a great run. And,
did the big one pull? Did the Plots pull up there Friday night? Their limited pro?
Yes.
Okay, they did. Okay.
Are they bad to the bone?
No, that's Scalzo. That's Roger Scalzo.
Okay, yeah, so they were there.
That's the one that broke his front end at Richland Center last year.
Okay, yeah, no,
Scalzo
they were not there. I thought I'd see him in Ettrick, but they must went somewhere else.
Where were the 4-1s at? Were the 4-1s in basketball?
No,
light pros were down there. So
yeah, so
I know.
So I want to thank the Tri-State Pullers. They did a great job, and they have 2 new mods for their class for the Super Pro. They're light unlimited rules. So
okay.
they're
is it club guards?
Yep, club guards.
Okay.
I believe what I've heard is they took the motors off their minis and built light unlimited. So for one, and then I think they built another one for another guy, but I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
But the first one was having a good run, and he lost the blower on about 150 feet. So that'll be an interesting combo between them and the unlimited supers. And,
yep.
Birch Hollier was there for Diesel Supers.
Don Van Dyne.
Yep.
I remember him. Yeah, from the core area.
He got pulled. If you're watching the video, he came pretty much. You got a pretty close up shot there. And
Doug's wondering who the BMT rep is going to be in Ellsworth this weekend. So I know Brandon talked about going, but he doesn't want to be in the crowd. He wants to be next to the track. So I think Doug, if you can get him next to the track with your big NTPA pull that you have, you big stud. We could probably get Brandon up there for it.
I mean, I don't know how tight it is though.
Yeah,
between there, because again, that's
nothing but positive things about Ellsworth every year about the event, and I'm gonna be my PPL homer and just stay, and there we'll see what he goes. You can't get past Stanley. Perfect. So let's get Misty on the phone. Yes. Let's recap Benson, and we'll talk to her for 20 minutes or so. Then we'll get
like they had a great weekend out there.
And then we'll get Borth on the phone and let him talk about Showdown in Kurdtown. Again, the weather's looking good for this weekend. If you're watching the show, please share it out on your personal Facebook pages. Tell them we got a great interview here with Misty Lustik, next, the wife of Jordan Lustik, the driver of the Silver Bullet, and then we'll get Doug Borth on there as well, talk about that. So we got to get the pages shared and have a good time. So we're doing it.
Hello.
My name is Pizza Hut, and I want to order pizza.
Your name is Pizza Hut?
My name is Pizza Hut. I want to order pizza. I speak Hooked on Phonics work for me. Ryan?
No comment.
No. Hey, Misty, how are you?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Welcome.
I'm great. How are you guys?
Welcome to Let's Grow Pulling. We are sober. I am drinking Monster, nothing else. I consider just putting straight whiskey in my glass, Misty, but it's Monday, and I need to take a day off. That's all I'm going to say. So.
Well, thanks for including me again.
Well, you have been one of our most popular guests. I'm going to tell you that right now. And you're hot. So I mean, you got a couple things. You're smoking hot, and don't tell Jordan I said that either, because I know he's kind of jealous and he's bigger than me. He'll beat me up.
I won't tell him. I've had a lot of conversations about our first interview. It was a great time. I'm having a little bit of a hard time. There's a pretty big echo. It sounds like a microphone echo. Just so you guys know,
we're gonna make an adjustment quick.
So if you want to talk, and I'll make an adjustment.
Yeah, you just talk, Misty.
No, she can talk, and I'm gonna make an adjustment.
So Misty, start talking, and I'll quit. I'll shut up for a little bit. Start talking about all the good things that are happening.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you guys for asking me to come on. When Jason mentioned this today, I was like, well, I don't really have any rave reviews from our team from Benson, but I'll be happy to talk pulling. I'm always happy to talk pulling. So, we had great weather, no rain, which I think anywhere you live in the country right now, when you go somewhere and there's no rain, that's exciting. We broke the golden rule and went off pulling before all of our crop is in the ground. But it didn't seem like if we stayed home, we could get it planted either. So let's just screw it. Let's just go do it. But anyway, Yeah, so thank you guys. Am I still supposed to keep talking?
No, I think so.
Ask her if it's better.
Is it better now, or is it not? Is it still bad?
It's just a little hard, like it's just like a microphone echo.
I wonder what it is. I wonder if it's my phone. I have this cover.
Okay,
it's not plugged in all the way. Hold on one second, Misty. Yeah,
okay.
I bet it's my phone. Hold on one second, Misty.
See, messed it all up.
Yep. Okay, Misty, am I better now?
Yes, you are.
Okay, perfect. That's what it was. It was my phone. I put a new cover. I got a new phone, and I put that new OtterBox thing on it, and then I couldn't plug in the adapter all the way. So sorry about that. So I can't even blame this one on Ryan.
Okay.
So the first question we have is Benson track. Is it sandy or is it clay?
Oh, it's really strange down there. I had sort of forgotten it from last year, but for example, their two tracks were totally different this weekend. Okay. And I'm not saying that they were bad tracks.
What's good about you know everybody's got to pull on the same track. It's not like it's they make a special track for the Silver Bullet. You know what I mean?
Right. For example, the far track, we'll say, which is the track that the Supers were on Saturday night, it got shiny in places, but yet there was dirt flying everywhere. Now, how does that happen? Like the tractor was covered in dust and dirt, but yet the track was shiny. So normally that means it's, hard as a rock. But it's sandy, but it's like, I would say like a yellow dirt. I had originally, when we talked, said it was clay, and it's clay, I suppose, but it's not like red clay from down in there. So it is tricky. Friday night, we had a rough time. I think everybody on that track all weekend long had a rough time because in the hole, it was a biting track. I mean, I don't know if you saw the pass from the Bullet, but it stood up and got counted.
Yeah.
It was probably on the wheelie bars. But then Bargie's, Dad's Toy, they had broken their intercooler. They were test passed, intercooler busted, water all over the track, and by the time they got a tow tractor hooked to it, it had just dumped water. Well, when the Bullet got into that, then the front end slammed down, and when it happens like that, it just starts to swat flies, and that is kind of what happened to us, although we weren't unhappy with the pass it made on Friday. We were 2 feet out of second place and 8 feet out of first, and we went down there with some new changes on top of new changes. So after Louisville, they did some more turbo work. Weren't happy with how boost performance in Louisville, so did a little bit more tweaking there. And the tractor wasn't on kill for sure. I'll tease Jeff Hurt because he wouldn't care. We didn't want to go down there and make 150 pounds of boost and blow the hood off of it like he did at Louisville a few years ago. So we tried to, tame it back a little bit, and maybe we shouldn't have. I don't know. And then Saturday night's track, which is, I would say, not the grandstand track down there, it was good. It was a good track. Seemed like John Strickland and Terry had it figured out. They went to the left, lined up pretty close to the left-hand chalk line, and just boogied on out. And we were last hook. Josh was test hook, and we made him drop. They reset the sled. So we were last hook, and then Josh behind us because he came back. But we decided, you can either go from, you're either hero or zero. If you move the sled way over and it works, you're a hero. Right. If you move the sled way over and it does not work, you should have taken the road that they built for you. And that was kind of what happened to us on Saturday night.
But I like that though, actually, a little bit. You think about it, because at least you're taking a chance. Maybe the track isn't there. You're going to I like the hero or zero thing. You're going to go for it. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys doing that.
Let's throw the dice and see if this works.
Well, you're taking a chance because we've been in that situation before, and That's just how it goes. And so the big joke is right now is, can Jordan get out of the seat as fast as Jeff Hurt? And Jordan commented, no.
Oh,
no. Now everybody's jumping in.
No way.
So.
No way. No, and also not only jump out of the seat, but be on the cell phone before his helmet even comes off. Hurt does that. So.
Well, now, and what's cool is you guys are contributors now. You're posting on our Beer Money Pulling Team page. So we had both videos up there, and Jordan actually took a really good picture of him heading up to the scales. Now they're picking on him for his battery going dead. What happened there? One battery went bad.
Oh, God.
Jordan's getting hammered. What's going on?
Well, that's now that guy that's commenting there, wouldn't you say his name is Bennett Fawcett?
I thought, isn't it Bennett?
He tells us that no, he says his name is Bennett Fawcett, but whatever. He works for Mr. Wells down there for the drag strip, and we went to leave on Saturday night, and the truck wouldn't start. That's always fun. Yeah. After you take 5th place, you're bummed about that. You know, we went down there to win both nights.
Absolutely.
And so take that, and then, you know, get the kids all, you know, rounded up and get them in, and the truck will not start. So we had a dead battery on the truck. But Ben came to our rescue. He's the lot through and through, but he will lend a hand if you ask for it. Those guys are great that way.
So that facility, were you guys there last year?
Yes.
Okay, so what did you see from year to year? Like, how much farther along with everything are they? Because aren't they building like a super motorsports park down there, like the drag strips and everything?
They are.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's a really nice place. It's probably the nicest place we pull all year. They have acres and acres of pavement that you can park on, and they're building it up to be a big pull down there. They have less classes this year. They did away with mods and I forget what other class. Oh, light supers. They didn't have light supers.
Okay.
It seemed like they had as much crowd as, if maybe more.
See, that's what's
than
tricky.
last year. And they had
I'm sorry, Misty. That's what's tricky when you have a huge grandstand like that and you've never been there. You know, it looked. I mean, the grandstand didn't look full on Friday night, but it looked a little more full Saturday night. Is there seating on both sides, or is it just seating on the one side? Or
yeah, there's seating on both sides, and I think maybe what did help Benson is that they did away with the afternoon session last year. Diesel supers and I do believe light supers. I forget, maybe 4-wheel drives pulled Saturday afternoon. And it was unbelievably hot. And, you know, when it's that hot, you cannot keep the track from being a dust bowl.
Correct.
And so even though they cut back on some classes, I feel like their show was probably better overall. Just because, and, you know, I think they pulled, 4 classes on each track both nights. But we were done by about 11:30. Okay. They have a crazy noise ordinance. So our class was the last class both nights, and I was complaining. I was like, well, whoever came up with this idea doesn't have a 4- and 6-year-old to try to make it all the way through the show. But
you're right. It was some 95-year-old lady who's about to die. Those are they're on city council, and they just raise enough stink. Usually those are the people that put the noise ordinances in. So.
Absolutely. So anyway, but it was really good. Jordan and I love to get to watch Diesel Supers, and they had 2 great classes of Diesel Supers. They were the first ones out the gate both nights. And so, gosh, Jody Ross should go play the lottery because he's got something figured out.
Oh, no.
I mean, he knows what's up.
Oh, that thing's running. It's on rails right now. It is on rails right now. So
absolutely. It's on rails. I talked to Greg Boyd's son, Austin. He and I talk polling all the time. I don't know why he talks to an old woman with 2 kids about polling, but we do quite a bit. And
careful,
he
Jordan.
said today,
Boyd's coming after your woman. So start the rumors now.
He said, I made a prediction. He said, it's a pretty bold prediction, but short of breakage, I don't know if Ross will be beat this season. And actually, that would be hard to do, but if anybody can do it, it'll be that tractor this year, I think.
They got it dialed in, and they're not making a lot of change. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I haven't talked to Colin since Louisville, but they're the nicest people in the whole world, too. I mean, it's just incredible how humble they are and nice they are. So
they're professional, and we talked the last time, I was on your show about Diesel Supers, and hey, would it be great to see a class of 15 of them? Yes, but the class that was down there with your Blake Graves and your John Raymonds, and shoot,
the best
you
of the
can't
best.
ask for anything
the
better.
Best of the best.
They're there.
Yep, the best
They're
of the
battling
best.
it out, and you don't have any class fillers. Everybody that's there that hooked to Bauer could have won that day.
Yep. No, and that's what you're supposed to get at a Grand National event. That's what's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? So that's how it works.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him for that. So what was your biggest surprise, you think, like in any of the classes? Did like somebody really shock you from what you saw last year, or what do you leave in Benson with, like, holy crap, I can't believe that happened?
Let me think. Well, I think, I don't know if you paid any attention, but like there were some, say, minis, for example, that they came up, and I'm talking like Jerry Thompson.
Yep.
I think he got second or third down there on Friday night.
Yep, that's what Ryan just said.
Was it Saturday night? And I think that second. And then Grayson Shelton, he won the class. Yeah, I think that track being like it was shows you that, sometimes you can bring all the horsepower you got, but it's the luck of the draw, and it's being able to drive through some bad situations. And I was surprised to see some of those names. But let's see here. Oh, I know. Chance McGrath, Pro Stock. I was surprised. I think the Canadians are taking over the Pro Stock class.
Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah, it's funny, Misty. As you were saying that, Jeremy Lemons just commented on that. So Canadian Pro Stock champ this year.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it very well could be. That CP Dream, man, does that thing.
Have you ever been up close to it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that thing's amazing. I saw it. I saw it at Toma for the first time last year, and that thing it's immaculate. I mean, even the little knobs and the shifters and everything are just chromed. That thing it's wild.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
He was telling Jordan that it has a new frame under it. And sometimes when that happens, like you can go you go into your sophomore slump. Last year he was, a dominant force, and I don't think it's going to be a sophomore slump for him this year.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see only one Conning tractor. And I was super sad to not see Warpath. It's not an NTPA Pro Stock class without Warpath.
Actually, I saw that somebody actually commented that on Pull Off. I call that the gossip board from hell, pulloff.com. But actually, somebody actually said that on there, the keyboard central. But honestly, it sounds like Carlton is, just tired, and I can recognize that. I mean, my oldest son made Olympic development program in soccer, and he's going to be a senior in high school next year, and we have a busy summer with him. And my younger son's going to be a sophomore next year, and that's what I guess maybe the fans don't understand is, we own these pulling tractors, but it's not like it's our business. You know what I mean? We actually have to spend money to go pull these things, and there just comes times you're like, you know what, I'm gonna lay a little bit low this year, and Carlton's got that. I think he built that new Light Pro for a customer, and probably wants to stay a little closer to home. And kudos to him for recognizing that. Hey, family's number one, and
yes,
that'd be great to. I mean, you're lucky that you get to take your kids with you, but there's gonna be some days coming up where kids are gonna have sports and stuff like that, and it'll be tough on them. Be a little Lustiks, not going to Bowling Green because they have a softball tournament or t-ball or something. So
fully aware that time is closing in. Our original plan was to chase points with NTPA Grand National Circuit only this year. And then we decided at the 11th hour, let's just run TPL2. Why not? Because the day, like you said, that was a big part of it. The day is coming when the kids will be a little bit older, and you can't expect their lives to be dedicated to tractor pulling just because dad and mom's lives are, dedicated to that. And then with the family business and stuff too, we have even more, fall. It's not as easy for us to get away and do football practice and all this different stuff. So it's like summertime, the day will come soon enough when we kind of have to, tame this back a little bit, and you only get one shot to do it,
Yep.
So we sat out a couple years ago for 2 seasons consecutively, and Schramix did it. His kids were in high school, and he said, you know what, I'm going to, and I respect that. I really do. Does it make it as fun to watch that class without Warpath? Nope, it's not. But, it's that's one of those tractors, sort of like the Bullet, where it kind of bridges the divide, and people that are not Red fans, that are not Massey fans, that are not Perkins fans, they love that thing because it is mean.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, and just the sound that it makes, that alone. It's always one of the more popular videos we post on our page. Diesel trucks by far are the most popular thing we post, Misty, but the Warpath for tractors, the Warpath is very, very, very popular. I mean, just because of the noise and the sound and the V8 and the glowing headers, at the end of the track and different things like that. So that's all
crazy.
Good.
It's crazy.
Well, good. So let's summarize the next couple weeks before we let you go, and then we're going to bring on our promoter, Doug Borth, who said he had a new T-shirt slogan. I don't know if you saw that or not, but what did it say? Screw it, let's do it. Screw it, let's do it. That's going to be your new poll. After you were talking about the crops weren't in, you're going to be screw it, let's do it for your new T-shirt. So.
Yeah, that's kind of our team motto this year. Is just like screw it, let's do it.
I love it.
I don't know.
Hey, can people still get your T-shirts off of what's the website?
ChampionshipPullingGear.com.
Yeah. Perfect.
ChampionshipPullingGear.com.
Dion's doing a shirt
he's
doing a shirt for us right now, and I'm excited. And once our shirt's up there, I am going to promote the crap out of that because people have been asking us for years to get a place to buy our shirts online, and I tried messing around a little bit at home, Misty, but then you get boxes all over, and then you don't have the right sizes.
Oh, gosh.
I'm so glad that Dion is doing this, and I told him
Me too.
As soon as he got our shirt up there, I would be his biggest promoter of it. You know what I mean? It's just it'll be great.
Yeah, I hate, if there's anything I hate to mess with, it's, I'll just get a shirt shipped, and then I get home and somebody says, hey, can I get a... And I'm like, oh, gosh, now I got to go back through my box. And so Dion called me last summer, and he said, hey, I want to start this with you guys because I need, somebody that can move some shirts and this and that. And I said, I'll do whatever you want if you'll take the work out of this for me.
Yep.
And it's taken off really well. We actually we got a really nice shot of the new Bullet in Benson. People expect you to have shirts out already, and we don't. And the reason for it is because to get an action shot at Louisville, you know how they're sort of dark and they're under fluorescent light, and we just didn't have that. So I contacted Tracy Waters and I said, hey, are you going to be down there? Because he takes such great pictures. And said, are you going to be down there? And he said, yeah. And I said, well, I'm looking for a T-shirt shot if you can get one. And so he got the chrome is going to be hard to photograph for sure. But so our hope is that we can get that onto a T-shirt for Toma and have some 2017 shirts out in the trailer as well as on Dion's site by Toma. And he may be cringing if he hears me making that promise, and he's the one that has to come through with it.
Yeah, no, we just shared. We have the Championship Pulling Gear website up there on the show right now, and I'm excited about getting it. I haven't seen our shirt yet, but he's been kind of emailing me back and forth, and I'm excited because his shirts are the best. I mean, they're amazing.
They are.
They're amazing. So.
Because he's a pulling fan, and he knows what moves, and he does a great job.
Yeah, he does a good job with it. And
a great job.
We need somebody like that. So, okay, before we let you go, what's going on this coming weekend for the Silver Bullet pulling team?
Okay, well, right now we're back to the drawing board. We have come home from North Carolina and basically unloaded the tractor and went back to work on it to go on to our next hook will be in Ansonia, Ohio, which is a PPL hook.
Yep.
That's
Wilmington,
Margie's
right?
Ohio is this?
I think
yes.
No, that's the 7th Father's Day weekend, right? 17th?
Yeah, it's
18th?
16th and 17th.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. And so we would normally be pulling in Wilmington this weekend, but they don't have unlimited supers anymore. I'm really sad about that because that's the old big toy territory. It was like you felt like you were going into enemy territory down there. But and then so we'll go to Ansonia the 16th and 17th. We may try to make a test pass this coming weekend. We have a sled and track here, and you might have seen the videos that I've shared of
without the hood on it,
making a pass. Yeah. And it does a great job. But if you really want to get under load and really see what the turbos are doing, we need to hook to a Love sled or a Bauer sled or something like that. But we may try to do that this weekend in Sonia and then go on to Toma. I was sad to hear that you wouldn't be at Toma.
Yeah, so
I guess I'll go anyway.
Yeah, we're running Silver Series. Yeah, you can still go without me. Sorry, Misty. But we'll get Ryan to come over and drink a beer with you or something like that.
Oh, great. I'll have one cold.
Well, we'll have to get a hold of Miles, too, to get you on the road show. Krieger will get you on there. 'Cause I helped last year on Thursday night with his road shows, and I headed for Mountain City. So we're running that Lucas Oil Silver Series with a Remedy this year, and Brent's going to do all the driving, but I'm still going to go along because I pay the bills. I like to watch it run. And and I do some announcing in Mountain City as well, so it's a really, really good time. So, hey, you plan on coming back on about every other week or so. You're fun. Everybody likes listening to you. We always get a lot of comments. And keep sharing, anytime you have a video. Be a bullet homer on the Beer Money Pulling Team Facebook page. It'll be okay. Yeah, Ryan said he'll come over and try to do a road show right from the truck and trailer over there. So
I'd love to do that. I really appreciate everything you guys are doing, and we hope to spool up from Benson and start, kicking some ass this summer. It's time.
It is. Go time.
It's time for the rebirth of the Bullet.
Rebirth of the Bullet.
So.
Cool. Nice segue into. We're going to let you go, Misty. You're great. Give Jordan a kiss for me, and we'll talk to you soon.
I will. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Misty Lustik on the phone. Just a great interview. Chris Clark just walked in, our other host tonight, and we're going to get hold of Doug Borth. We're going to try it on Ryan's phone to see. I got a new phone. I know. It's what happens when I'm not on vacation. Stacy Butson must not be watching the show yet tonight because I haven't been picked on yet about anything like that. But Matt Ingham's just hammering us. But I love all the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. I know I saw that. Let us know where you're watching from, what questions you have. I mean, it's an interactive show. Talk if you want to talk about your polls on there. There's lots of people. It says we have 40 live viewers right now, but it's getting out onto thousands of people's timelines. So don't worry about that. And just promote your stuff. So bullet points with Misty Lustik. Kurt is so smart. He's so smart. He's driving a big truck right now for WWE, I think.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Nice.
Do you want Borth's number?
Yeah, that would be.
Okay. Should we give it out to the whole world? Yeah. Actually, we should. The way that guy picks on me all the time. Everybody text Doug Borth right now.
Of course, I did dial the wrong number one time.
That's why you say you can't read my writing. So, But we really enjoy you tuning in every Monday night. We've been doing this for a full year now. 612-802-4447. Doug Borth, Ellsworth, Wisconsin. Showdown in Curtown. I want to do it like Opera Man. Hello, Doug Borth.
Hi, this is Teresa O'Mara Rodriguez. I can't take your call at the moment.
You did it wrong again. Teresa Rodriguez. 612.
I dialed what you
802-4447.
She's going to dial back like...
Is that the same number?
I dialed what you said.
This is the number he texts me on all the time.
It must be your phone.
He texts me all the time.
It's not.
Hello.
I'm looking for a guy named Doug.
I'll see if I can find him.
Could you
Around
find
here
him
somewhere?
Yeah, he's probably sitting in the corner, worried, all stressed out about the big poll this weekend. But you should go give him a hug because he needs a hug.
I do. I need a big hug.
How are you, buddy?
Not too bad.
Talk to us. Ellsworth, Wisconsin showdown in Curtown. Yeah, my phone was the one causing those little ear pops later.
You have to apologize to Misty.
I'm sorry, Misty Lustik, that there was ear popping during your interview, but we had to take care of Doug. So get all.
But you guys do sound like you're in a box. It echoes.
We sound like we're in a box.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to keep working on that then. I don't think I've done anything different with the sound. Maybe my kids were up here at this computer this week, selling their truck on Facebook. So we'll have to see what's happening. So we don't have that echo thing turned on. No, it'd be really bad if that was the case, right? It'd be terrible. So anyway, Doug, let's talk about Showdown in Curtown this Saturday, June 10th, Ellsworth, Wisconsin. Region 3 poll of the year last year for the NTPA. just a great event. You've added the big Grand National mods this year. What's going on? How you feeling about things? The forecast looks good for this weekend. Come on, buddy.
Forecast looks really good, 85 degrees. And
that should sell some beer.
You sell beer? You
sell beer in Ellsworth?
Oh, a little bit. That's what pays the bills.
Exactly. That's what people don't understand. Oh, that's what.
It's sad that it has to be that way, but that's the way it is.
No, but but Poland's a party. I'm not saying it's a big drunk fest. It's a party, though. I mean,
right.
It's a good time. People get together, their friends and family, and have a good time. And it's fun for everybody. And that's what makes it great. You know what I mean? So.
I know it's poll week because my phone has not stopped ringing today.
What kind of questions you get as a promoter?
I think the most common question is, what time do the gates open and what's the ticket prices?
Okay. And it makes you always laugh because you got it on every poster, every
That's
ad,
right.
and I just giggle. I giggle every time I get that phone call too. What time does it start? Are you kidding me?
Right.
You got my phone number from Facebook or from a poster somewhere. How do you not know? But no, it's all good. I'm glad people are interested.
Somebody gives it out on the internet.
Yeah, I'm going to do that a lot more if you keep picking on me about being a PPL homer.
I didn't call you a PPL homer. I called you a Badger State homer.
Ah, Badger State homer. It's all the same. You're a good guy, Doug. We enjoy it.
All in good fun.
Absolutely. If you can't be my friend and have feelings, that's kind of how it works. I used to have friends, and then they had feelings, and they're not my friends anymore. So
right,
we pick on each other all along. So hey, is Fagundes coming up from California to pull the minis?
They are. The truck, I believe, is leaving at 4 a.m. tomorrow.
Nice. He's a good guy. I know he won up there last year, and hopefully they have another good showing as well. Now, do they have 3 of them now? What's going on?
Robbie does have 3 tractors. They're only bringing 2. He's got a buddy by the name of Donnie Reeves that's trailering along.
Okay.
It's one of the old honky donkey tractors.
Yep, honkin' donkeys.
Awesome. And also he's bringing one of his 4-wheel drive trucks as well.
Cool. Hey, so what have you been doing? I've been seeing some stuff on your Facebook page. You're giving some tickets away. Can you talk about that a little bit?
We are for, another hour and 20 minutes, I think.
Okay.
And I don't remember if it's 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. We're giving away a pack of 4 tickets, admission tickets. We have a VIP dinner for our sponsors and the pullers. We give everybody a meal. So that ticket includes dinner, so you can rub shoulders with whoever you want. And then giving away a 12-pack of beverage and 4 tickets for cheese curds, whether you want them fresh or deep fried.
That works.
So that's on the Facebook page. Like I said, it's either for the next hour and 20 minutes or 20 minutes. I set that up on Thursday, and I haven't refreshed my memory to know what time I cut that. I think I said 9 o'clock, but it's on the page. So
cool.
So that's going on shortly, and then we're going to draw one lucky winner.
Cool.
So that's the same package. We donated the same thing to Esden's benefit.
Yep. So we're showing your Facebook page right now. Again, if you're just joining us right now on Let's Grow Pulling, we got Doug Borth, the promoter of the Showdown in Kerrtown, coming up this Saturday, June 10th in Ellsworth, Wisconsin. And Ryan right now is showing in the Facebook page, and 9 o'clock tonight. Doug was just talking about you can win tickets tonight. So what do they got to do? Like and share this post, including the Facebook event. Comment your hometown. So has that been doing pretty good for you? You got a lot of comments and stuff?
Yeah, I believe there's almost 200 likes and 150 comments.
Okay, great.
Not everybody follows the directions, but we'll make it work.
Right, I understand. So what goes on in Doug Borth's life the week of the Showdown in Kerrtown? With today being Monday, Saturday being the big day, kind of what's your plan of attack? What's kind of happening?
Well, as of right now, I'm driving through Mendota, Illinois, on my way to Terre Haute, Indiana. I got 2 rounds in the truck to make before I get to have tractor pull fun for the weekend. So I spend a lot of time on the phone. My kids are getting old enough to leave them a list of things. This is what you need to do today, tomorrow, and the next day. So by the time I get home, we got bleachers all set with the rental company on Saturday. By the time I get home, I'm open on Thursday night that the gates and fencing will be up and tarps will be up, and we'll be in pretty good shape for.
And I see your daughter graduated from high school last week.
Yes.
Is that the one that does all the show cattle?
She is. Yep.
Okay.
And she's going to play college basketball too.
Where
at? Knox University at Galesburg, Illinois.
Great. Yeah, they're picking
D3 school, but
no, it's
it's a good school for what she wants to do. So
that's great. They're picking on Fagundes right now in the comments about Jay Leno. See if Jay Leno was going to drive a mini rod up there and Ellsworth. That'd be good to get. Jay Leno would bring the people in. So
I asked. I told Robbie. I said, let's just schedule that for out here, and they were pretty adamant about getting it done early in the spring. But
yeah, they got
those guys are great. They're gonna. My middle son's gonna make his driving debut officially on Saturday, so they're gonna hand him the keys to last year's winning tractor, and hope we don't land on our roof or wreck anything. But Robbie's pretty confident that he'll be fine.
Good. So who are some of the other great people that help make your event what it is?
Well, Kevin Lindstrom's my co-chair.
Okay.
You know, they've got the Hyper Harvester and Adrenaline Rush tractors.
Yeah, the two new limited pros. They had him in Ettrick. Kevin did really good because that track seemed like it was going away on him, and he stuck in there at the end, got third place. So he did a nice job. Well, he's a veteran driver. That guy, how many times he been down the track? You know what I mean? He's a great guy.
Yep.
I sat right behind him at Louisville, and I picked on him as much as I could. So.
Right, and our president is Dulcie Anderson. She is my paperwork queen.
Yep.
Because, you know, I basically just say, hey, you need to send this out or whatnot. And our ag teacher is very, very good, too. More of that weight has gone to her and the kids, but Dulcie still does the billing. And does, if I say I need a list of sponsors, she's the one that gets them for me. So, I mean, everybody's great to work with, our secretary and treasurer, husband and wife. And, you know, we butt heads once in a while on some things, but it's all for the good of the chapter. And so it's a good deal.
No, it is, absolutely. So what are you most excited about to pull this year, say, from any other year? Anything special that you want to tell the fans about?
Yeah. I've tried for years to get the mods, and I succeeded, and that's what I'm excited for.
Great.
And you know what's come about in the last few days, there's a ton of semis coming out of the woodwork. I'm surprised. I've had inquiries from 2 new trucks today. That's alone from.
Well, I know the Badger State. I mean, the guys that pull Badger State are heading your way. And crazy KW will be there, and then I'm sure Sonny will be there, and maybe the Tomater might be out. So yeah, that's great. They purposely did not pull at the sock pull. I mean, so they could be in Ellsworth. And I know,
nice.
You know, I'm telling you, semis are such a big deal because so many people make a living driving a truck. I mean, you're in one right now working, and people can really relate to that on the truck. And that's why I still think these diesel trucks are getting more and more popular because they can. Not as many kids are growing up on the farm, and if you listen to the show a lot, I talk about that a lot. People aren't growing up on the 4010 or the 1066 or the D21 anymore. They're, you know what I mean? They're in these big, gigantic.
They're in a diesel pickup or a semi.
Exactly, and that's just kind of what they relate to. So I'm excited for you. We have them at Churn and Dirt on July 22nd, and I'm hoping I chose them. Doug, just kind of like you, I don't have a conflict on the Grand National schedule because honestly, there's only 10 or 15 in the nation that are worth, you know what I mean, that are good top level trucks. You know what I mean?
And I would, I think if everybody comes that can or says they're coming, we'll have 8 to 10 trucks.
See, and that's
I know
a heck of a show.
Jack is not going to be pulling. They don't have the truck done yet. I mean, it's very close, but they've got another project in the works that kind of took priority. And there's a Bite Construction out of Minneapolis. They're a big demolition construction company. They've got a truck. It's one of the guys that called me today. And somehow it's a relation to Esden.
Okay.
Because his last name is Lane. So
very good.
And we were talking about Esden today. So
is Esden going to be there this weekend, or do we know yet? Or
we don't know.
Okay.
There's a chance. You know, there's always a chance. I would say there's a good chance, but I have not been given the green light that yes, we're coming. So I'm not going to say that, but I'm guessing maybe if they didn't get a pass in last weekend,
and they did not that I know of.
They did. Yeah, they didn't go to North Carolina, so
right.
That maybe they will come.
Well,
especially
and if
with the second tractor and
if he pulls anywhere, people are sending us videos to our page, so I'm pretty sure that
Right.
Matt Ingham from Wisconsin Polling Promoters wants to know, ask Doug how this possibly can get bigger in 2018. I know you're already scheming for next year. You have to be. You have to be 1 year ahead.
I don't know what we can do. You know, everybody asks for a 2-day pull. I'm scared to death to do it.
Don't do it.
We've had very good luck with a single show.
Yep. You split your crowd up.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I guess we're going to add more Grand National if we're going to do anything if we stay at one, but we have to be successful this year first.
Friday nights are tough, okay? I'm just going to tell you from experience.
Right.
Friday nights are tough.
When we started, we were pulling on Friday nights, and then we kept getting rain on Saturdays, so we thought, well, maybe it's always nice the night before, and I think we might get 2 years in a row where we don't have to read a radar all day long. So.
I think 2 days pull. I think 2-day pulls are tough unless you're a destination like a Toma, a Bowling Green,
right,
where that history and people camp. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But you're close enough to some. How far are you from Minneapolis and like Rochester? Doug?
35 miles.
See, now that's something you have some population there that like we don't hear. Like we're an hour from anything.
Well, we don't have the manpower to do it.
And that's part of it too. Everybody's asking us why our summer event's only 1 day this year. We have 3 events a year, Doug, and the guys they're getting burnt out. And all of our guys are equipment operators, electricians. They drive equipment, semi-truck during the day and stuff like that. And it's hard for them to take off work because summer is their go time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
And that's we're in the same situation. We've got 10 active members in the alumni, and everybody's 12 years older than they were when we started this. So we've got some people that are they're tired. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And so we just have to what would you say, critique the situation we've got.
Yep. Hey, Doug, who builds your track up there?
Kevin does that.
Okay. So then who takes care of it during the event?
We've got our operators for our drags and roller. Our guys from the highway department come over and do it.
Nice. That's something that we need, Ryan, Chris, we need to start talking about more is at these polls, guys, people, that dead time between hooks, that can be eliminated by, should the roller and the packer start behind the sled? Should they start down at the end of the line? Every setup's a little bit different, but things have to be moving because people want to get that pack. Now with Doug having 2 tracks, that helps, but still a 2-track show costs twice as much. Do you know what I mean? As a 1-track show. I mean, so kudos to you guys, Doug, for putting that 2-track show on.
And we also run a skid loader on each end to fill holes.
Yep.
And that helps tremendously also.
No,
basically the drags can make 1 pass. We run 2 drags and a roller.
Yep.
And
good deal. So, what else we got going on there? Let's talk about, Saturday night, gates open at what time?
3:30.
Okay.
Show starts at 6:30.
Okay, show starts at 6:30. What time, ballpark, if things go well, are we looking at a 4-hour show, a 3.5-hour show? When would you say the whole thing would be done?
My goal is 4 to 4.5 hours. Okay. I know we're going to, we've done it in the past, looking at Benson, getting 130 hooks through in 4 hours. That's basically going to be our situation, I believe, right in that 120 number. That's just using 10 as an average. And your 2-wheel drives, 4-wheel drive, and 2-wheel drives and Super Farm will throw that average up.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Those are the 2 biggest classes. By far. Okay, a couple more questions I have bouncing around in my head. What if I've never been to the show down in Kurdtown before, and I'm an average pulling fan? What makes Ellsworth special?
Cheese curds.
See, but that's true. Because I still believe 80% of the fans in the stands go to 1 or 2 hooks a year. I really believe that, and they go to the pull that's closest to them. And the people that live in Ellsworth are lucky enough to have an event like this in their hometown. You know what I mean?
But to be serious about it, I think one advantage, and rain or shine for the most part, we're going to have a tractor pull Saturday night. Unless we're monsooned out or it is raining at start time, we've done it. And I know Jeremy Plotz made the comment to Kevin on Saturday that dry track, wet track, it doesn't matter. It's a good track.
Good.
So that's probably one of the reasons we get the people to come that we do, because
they know what's going to happen. They know it's worth the drive.
Right, and it's we're going to have to run the mods earlier in the night just because if it does get tight, we don't need somebody getting hurt or breaking. it's great for the fans to watch somebody go for a ride or break something, but it's not fair to the guys that are putting the money out because they're sure not making enough on it to cover that expense. So,
nope, not
try and accommodate everybody as we can, and it's tough, try and keep one track smoke, per so to say, or tractors, and one noise, and sometimes you get some overlap, or it doesn't always work that way. But
it's all good. Well, Doug,
that's
you're super passionate about this event. You do a good job promoting it pretty much all year round. You know that's what it takes, and
always answering questions on
yeah, you do a good job of do a good job of owning everything, and you're passionate about your event, and it shows. And being voted region pull of the year is obviously a credit to that. And I hope you have the biggest crowd you've ever had this Saturday night in Ellsworth, Wisconsin.
We added more seating again than we did last year, so we're almost getting to the point where we can't add any more. I think we could maybe get a couple more sections in, but we're going to be full eventually, and then it's going to be basically there's going to be 5,000 people are going to be able to come, and that's going to be all we can allow, So
that's still one of the biggest polls in the state of Wisconsin for a crowd. I mean, it just is.
Right.
I just know that for a fact. So, hey, when you see Fagundes, give him a hug for me. Tell him I love him. He's a great guy.
I don't know if he's still on. Ask him if he's going to come and visit you Monday.
Oh, that'd be cool. That would be cool if he'd come.
Fagundes, he might stick around. He may stick around for the week. So
okay.
he discussed it. And I said, "There's a vehicle here if you want it." So
yep, that'd be pretty cool to have Robbie in studio next Monday night. So we'd like that a lot.
Yep.
Anybody that's going to the poll, if they're taking photos, videos, be sure to send them to our page. We'll get them shared out there right away for you. And, of course, we keep sharing your Facebook page, Doug. And thank you for allowing us to sponsor your event.
Well, thanks for doing a good job and working with us.
Okay. Yeah, don't forget, guys, another hour left on the ticket giveaway for the Ellsworth Showdown in Kurdtown. Head over to their Facebook page. Just read the simple instructions, like it, comment where you're from, and share it. And that's what it's all about. And Doug gets it. So, Doug, good luck. Drive safe. Get home safe. And good luck this weekend, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Take care.
Yep, take care.
Bye.
All right, so we had Doug Borth on there, our promoter of Showdown in Kurdtown, and Chris Clark sitting over here. It just walked in. We'll switch over to the Badger State Facebook page here in a little bit, and we got Mike Hewitt on from Deerfield, and then we're going to talk to Mr. Elsing. Chris and Ryan are going to do a recap of Ettrick, Wisconsin. We got some class winners. We got some pictures and video up there. We had some great live video. We also Leaf River got the 3.6 Pro Stock diesel trucks in. It's go time now. With the Badger State Tractor Pullers on that page. We start that show every Monday night right after Let's Go Pulling. But I want to thank Misty Lustik. She's a great guest. When you have the wife of a Grand National and Champions Tour now, Unlimited Superstock Puller, come on your show and talk about Benson, North Carolina. And what I like about her, Ryan and Chris, is that she's not just a silver bullet homer. She talks about the love of the diesel supers. And she had a Facebook post the other day about the sound of a Pro Stock. And everybody's missing Carlton Cope out there, the Warpath tractor. And I get it. He's like a celebrity. I mean, he really is. He's his tractor and himself. He's like that Tiger Woods of golf or that Michael Jordan of basketball. And pulling needs stars. Pulling needs heroes because that's what makes it special. And what I like about what we're doing on our show is we're putting the voice to the face of these people, these pullers, these everyday average people, just like you and I on the show. Or you're out there listening right now on the Facebook land. It just allows you to realize what we do, why we do it. We have families. We're cranking away just like everybody else. And I enjoy all the comments on the Facebook page during the show. And Ryan Rusink is doing a really nice job. He's our, what do we call him? Our Western. He's our Iowa guy. Big Ryan.
Yeah.
Our
Western.
He's going to be doing a lot of Western series, our Western affiliates out there. So we keep having as much fun as we can with the show. It's a low budget operation. I pay Zolik a lot of money to screw up the sound every night, but tonight it was my phone. Someday we'll get Matt Ingham a cell phone that will actually work so he can do all of his road shows all over the state of Wisconsin. We got to get excited to have Chris Clark back in studio. He's going to be a regular Monday night guest now, and Chris is a great voice of the Badger State Tractor Pullers, just a super passionate fan about the sport, and it's just awesome.
We're going to have a new segment.
New segment?
Badger State show tonight.
Cool. So Chris,
if anyone will be able to hear him because he still is voiceless over there. We had a flip flop like we talked.
No, it's good though. But I'm glad you got announced, Ryan, because you know a lot about the sport. It's good for you. And Chris,
I wish the sound system was better. I heard it wasn't the best out there. So,
but Chris did a really nice job on the Facebook Live thing too. And it's funny because people are like, who's in the lead, what are the distances? Like, guys, we're doing this from our phone, okay? You know?
I was trying to do that. That's how it was in the Leva. Like Ryan Rustic was just mentioning, they were asking questions. Well, especially that Super Pro class. This was Tri-State, so it's a really combo class, and just trying to.
There's Stacy Butson. I'm not on vacation, you peckerhead Butson. Always hammering me all the time, and I'm actually here. He says, hey, guys, just got in from the shop, fired up the Mini for the first time this year. That's your ITPA champion, right? They pull ITPA? Don't they? Did they win it last year, Butsons?
I don't know if they pull. I don't think so.
I think they pull ITPA.
No, they just do Tri-County.
Supposed to say hello. No, they pull ITPA.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. Because Perry does. I know they do.
Okay.
Matt Ingham says, no. Well, I mean, you're smarter than me on this stuff. But Matt,
I don't get
say hello to K-Man of Guaranteed Rate. Did K-Man finally fill out his online application for his apply now? I hope so. We've been talking to him. Get his refi done. So
Cope is the Batman.
Cope is the Batman of Pro Stocks. And what's the Bullets' new shirts? Screw it, let's do it.
Yeah.
I love it. So
should we make a couple
Chuck,
t-shirts?
Yeah, and Chuck Hobbs is in the house. I forgot to mention. He's our resident groupie. He'll be in Deerfield. He'll be in Deerfield, I know, this weekend.
Yeah, I'll
Tri County
Stacy in Deerfield. They pull right for the Badger State show, which we'll talk about coming up a little bit later here.
So again, I want to thank our Let's Grow polling sponsors, Hawthorne Tire. Again, I've been sharing a lot of their posts of their new 20.8 tires. It seems to be pretty popular right now, guys. Joe Bush Ag Repair, great sponsor of Let's Grow Polling. Our first ever, actually, sponsor of Let's Grow Polling. Country Smokehouse, the official snack sticks and jerky of the Beer Money Polling Team. And also the Deer Processor Super Farm, that's their tractor. Fair Valley Performance, our good fries over there. Our good fries over there. Our good friends over there.
Fries.
Yeah, Clark's gonna get to know fries here pretty good. ITPA, of course, we talked about that. Their upcoming poll, June 9th, St. Peters, Missouri. Sunday, be there. I want to sing like
Brian Cruz.
Yep, Brian Cruz has been pimping it on there.
He helps with that poll.
Stacy Butson says we pull Tri-County, ITPA, and IPA. We hook 45 times this year. Wow. Not bad.
So he definitely does a lot of traveling if he gets down to ITPA country too.
Stacy Butson, if you didn't know him, you would think he was on cocaine, right? All skinny and wiry and things like that all the time. I'm gonna hammer on him. He's always hammering on him.
I'm surprised he wants to stay in like the announcers area because he'd be someone that just allow him
he just walks. We need to get him a wireless mic and just let him pace it out, though. But he's an entertainer, and I know we are. I'm just hammering on him a little. I'm just joking about the cocaine thing. Sorry, Stacy, if you really have a coke problem. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it public out there. But he's an entertainer. You know, John's an entertainer, and that's what people. They get used to that, you know. Like I said, like Misty Lustik. He was on
vacation last month.
He was on vacation. But Misty Lustik is accustomed to seeing Carlton Cope on the Pro Stock. You know, we miss these things. We get, you know, we're human beings. We get into habits a little bit. But again, I saw a squirrel. My ADD kicked in. ITPA Friday, June 9th, St. Peters, Missouri, 7 o'clock. Showtime. ITPApolling.com. Celebrating 50 years of polling in the great state of Illinois, the home of Stacy Butson. Illini State Pullers, they don't start this weekend, but check their Facebook page out, Illini State Pullers. Gordyville, 2018, we've been sharing a little bit of there. What Smoking Productions. And, of course, Ellsworth, Wisconsin, Doug Borth, our great sponsor of Let's Grow Polling. And they got all that stuff going on there. Ellsworth, June 10th, the Grand National Mods. I think so. The big mods, there's probably 15, 20 of them in the country between NTPA, Grand National. I'm talking your 4-engine guys. And bigger, obviously. I know Unlimited for NTPA is what they run up to 6.
Yeah, I think there's probably about 5 that run the 5-engine, and then you got a group that jump up from the mods, and then the 4, and then of course the PPL guys will jump in when their schedule allows.
But you look at the state of Wisconsin, you know, we have Hillsboro, Toma, and Ellsworth now. They're going to have the big mods this year, right? So it's pretty cool. So thank you, Ryan, for going to.
So Cambridge, Illinois is the first hook for
June 21.
Yep.
ISP.
A 2-day hook.
Okay, cool.
So,
but I want to thank you for going to Leva Strum Friday night for Tri-State Pullers.
I just want to thank them again. They're super fun to work with, and I'll be hitting them a few more times throughout the summer. And
that's a cool place with the hillside there too.
So Leva was, and it's when I first got there and they were working up the track, it looked like it was going to be really dry.
Yep.
But it really came together and was a pretty good track, very consistent track for them. And I know they were a little bit light in numbers, but still put on a great show. Great. I think the joke was, I think the whole town of Leva was there. So there's about 600.
That's the time you rob the bank, right?
Yeah.
So, but no, that's a good thing there. And I know then Tri-State went to Edgewood, Iowa Saturday night. I saw a little bit of that.
Yeah, I hope they had a great show. I know it was all the money was going to their local veterans organization.
They do a nice job with that. Jason Sullivan and the crew down there. So, well, let's sign off, guys. Let's switch over to the Badger State page. Bring Chris Clark up to the main stage, and we're going to talk to Mike Hewitt from Deerfield. Greg Elsing from the American Family Children's Hospital poll, I asked Greg to have all of the prizes ready. I'm going to be selling raffle tickets Saturday night. Bring your $20 because I'm going to sell every raffle ticket I have, and I'm going to get you. I know Pulling Tractor Models is Jeff Blackburn. They donated a Craig Ladwig Never Given Up Pro Stock model. They're the ones who did the model of the Remedy. I know Hennessy has stepped up with a pink pedal tractor. So what are you going to do?
I mean, we'll get into a little bit more detail in the Badger State
We'll
page.
swing over. So swing over there.
There's a lot to talk about this weekend
and
last weekend for Badger State.
Brian Cruz, good luck in Mexico, Missouri.
Yes.
I think that's where Rusink's heading to. And
Yes.
yeah, appreciate everything. We have the greatest fans in the world that follow the Beer Money Pulling team and follow the sport of pulling. And we're just trying to have fun and promote the sport. So good night, everybody. Talk to you next week. Maybe Fagundes is going to be in the house all the way from California. Good night, everybody.